Good morning, and my name is Amanda White, and I'm a forest school instructor. I work out in the woods a lot of time with children with special needs, and I train forest school instructors. I have other jobs, but this is one section of them. And today I want to share with you a game I really enjoy playing with the kids. It's actually they're learning, and they don't realise what they're learning stuff, but you can use flashcards with all sorts of different areas, but I like to use it as a true and false game, and I like to have a section of true over in the left hand corner. So if you have a chair or something like that, you can put a chair in the left hand corner of your room or in the garden or something like that, and they can run to it or hop to it or skip to it, whichever way you want to do it. And another chair over in the right hand corner. You can do it in a room, just have different allocations of different bits of sofa even for them, and they can go to the true section of the sofa or the false section of the sofa. Okay, so we'll start off, so we'll give you an idea of how it goes. So I'm going to say, okay, run around, and they've got to decide which way to go. So they'll have a read of the question, and then they'll have a work out which way to go. Okay, so the first question is, okay, so true and false. Oaks can live to a great age, often more than 5,000 years. True or false? So true over there, false over there, go for it. Okay, run around. Okay, and the answer's true. They can actually live for over 500 years. They can get very old, and they're very, very good for insects to live on. So we really like the oak tree. Okay. So, next one. Foxes live in a burrow system called a set. True or false? Okay, go, run around. And the answer is, which way go? The answer is false. Actually, foxes live in a burrow system called an earth. Badgers live in a set. So, once in a blue moon, you do actually get a fox living in a set if it's a bit lazy to dig its own, but most of the time they live in their own little area called an earth. So, okay, there you go, that's foxes. Right, this one, if you go out into the woods and have a look, and there's lots of these trees around. This is called, the fruit of this crabapple tree is not poisonous and can be eaten by people and wildlife. True or false? Okay, the crabapple. We like apples, but what about the crabapple? So, okay, true or false? Go, okay. And the answer is true. However, it's very, very bitter, very sour. It's not very nice to eat. So they're better off used for making jams or preserves or that sort of stuff. Okay. Okay, this one. So, holly berries are poisonous to humans, but birds can eat them. True or false? Holly berries. Okay, go, run. Okay, and the answer is true. They are poisonous to humans. We shouldn't eat them. If you see a red berry, it's better to avoid it. Okay, but birds like them. Birds are attracted by the colour of them to eat. Okay, I like this picture. Okay, when the Queen began her reign, much of Britain would have been forested with a great wild wood inhabited by wolves, bears, beavers and wild boar. What do you think? When the Queen, our Queen, the Queen we've got at the moment, when she started her reign, what do you think? Okay, go, run around. Okay, and the answer is false. Yeah, the Queen, there wasn't wild wolves running around. They have reintroduced wolves in some areas of the country, but the bears and the wild wolves and the beavers, there are some beavers now coming back into different areas of the country. People are reintroducing them, but they've been out of England for a long time, good thousand years or so. We cleared them out really. So, but I like that picture. See, she's Miss. Okay. Right. Okay. Next question. There have always been conker trees in this country. True or false? Okay, go, run around. Okay, and the answer is, which one are you? The answer is false, actually. The comfrey is a non-native tree, but it was introduced, it's been around for many, many years, but it's not one of the original native trees. So it's came actually from, I think, let me have a quick look, it came over from Albania and Greece originally. Okay, that's the comfrey. So, this one. Okay, this famously poisonous toadstool is easy to see, but more of this fungus grows under the ground than above it. If you see any of these ever in the ground, very dangerous. Stay well away from them. They're quite beautiful to look at, but don't touch because they are very poisonous. Even touching it can be poisonous. Okay, so what do you think? Above ground or below ground? So, okay, run around. Okay. So, and the answer is true. Actually, more of it does grow underground because it's a fungus. This is one of the fungal spores, so it actually has the fungal body going underneath, and you'll see it can come up in a patch. So it's actually where it's grown underground, and these are the fruiting bodies of the fungus that's come up. Okay, another question for you is, if anybody knows this, what's the difference between a mushroom and a toadstool? And I didn't know this when I originally got into this area, but the difference between a mushroom and a toadstool, anybody know? No. And when on one of my groups, one of the little children went, "Miss, fairies sit on them." I said, well, actually, you're very close to the right answer. The word toadstool was actually invented by Walt Disney for fairies to sit on, because he didn't think sitting on a mushroom sounded very nice, so he called them a toadstool. So that's where the original come from. Okay, there you go. With this one, okay. Buzzards are the smallest bird of prey in the UK. Has anybody seen a buzzard flying above? If you go into the countryside, you do notice them. They tend to be over open fields, and they have a really noticeable call. It's a beautiful sound. So, true or false? True, false, false, false. It's false. The buzzard's actually one of our largest birds of prey, so they've got quite a long, big wingspan, so you'll notice them around. Okay. So, the red squirrel are bigger than grey squirrels. Okay, so what do you think? It's quite a big squirrel. It's quite cute, but what do you think? Are they bigger than grey squirrels? True and false? Okay, which one? Okay, and the answer is false. Okay, the red squirrel is actually smaller than the grey squirrel. The grey squirrels have become dominant, and there's still places around the country where you can find red squirrels. One near me is on the Isle of Wight, but they are very cute, but they haven't adapted as well as the grey squirrels. Okay, so fire can live without oxygen. True or false? Go for it. True or false? Okay, and the answer is false again. Okay, no, fires need oxygen. Fire needs specific things. It needs fuel, it needs oxygen to keep going, and it needs a heat source. So fires specifically, if you put a canister, or if you put a bucket over a fire, you take away the oxygen, and the fire goes out. Okay. Alright, stinging nettles. Stinging nettles are very soothing when rubbed into the skin. True or false? Has anybody had experiences with stinging nettles before? Okay, what do you think? What do you want? True or false? And the answer is false. No, they're not soothing. All of the plant will sting you, and I fell in a patch when I was a little girl. It's not nice. So, stinging nettles. However, the stinging nettle is a really important plant to nature, and lots of insects live on it. It's you can make dye out of the roots and actually out of the leaves if you crush them, and you can eat them if you wilt them down. They actually they have like a spinach sauce, and pound for pound they got more vitamin C in them than an orange, more iron in them. They're very good actually as a edible plant. So, but wilt them down first. Takes the sting off them. Okay. Badgers are particularly keen on earthworms. True or false? What do you think? True? False? Go for it. Okay. And the answer is true. They are partial to an earthworm. Me, I'm not. But you never know. Okay. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed my game for today, and I'll try and bring some more resources up for you, and I hope to make this time what we're going through at the moment a little bit more fun for you. Okay, nice to meet you.